What's up, guys? Today we're going to try out the new Formula One game that's just out right now from EA Sport F1 2025. As you can see here, Lewis Hamilton on the cover. Let's jump into it and let's see how it is. I wasn't sure whether I was going to get it or not, but I thought, okay, let's give it a shot. Let's give it a shot. We'll see if it holds up or not. And we're gonna jump right into it. Going with the breaking point narrative, it's sort of a little story that they have there. I'm not sure. It's been a while. It's been perhaps more than 2 years actually. I think the last one I played was perhaps F1 2022. And so we're gonna see how this game has evolved since all this time. I am not sure. We're gonna find out. Let's go into this breaking point. Normal, challenging, hard. We're gonna go with normal because I haven't played this game in ages. I'm not sure. You can change the difficulty level at any time. Let's do normal. Assist, breaking point, difficulty, that's what we just did. Simulation setting. We'll go with the basic, I guess. Perhaps we'll change it during the game if we see that something is not working, if it's too hard or too easy. Let's start breaking point 3.
Previously, in Breaking Point.
You know, the first time you see a car, your car, alongside Ferrari, McLaren, Mercedes, that's what it's all about.
Aiden, listen. Between you and me, I don't think this team is right for me.
Callie Mayer becomes the first woman ever to win the F2 championship.
What about your dad? Has he called to congratulate you yet, Callie?
Nope. Next question.
Devon Butler now.
What is
that's
that?
not good. Oh no, Devon Butler spins. He's out.
It was his hearing. He'd been keeping it from us.
Done.
I think maybe he'd been trying to keep it from himself. So if Devon, your son, can't drive, how about your daughter?
Callie Mayer becomes the first female driver of the modern era to participate in an F1 race. Here she comes. But there's contact between the two Connor Sport drivers.
Aiden, are you alright? It's just another Butler.
The two Connor Sport teammates not exactly doing each other any favours this afternoon.
What is Aiden playing at? Thought he was too good for the team. He just had a bit of an attitude problem.
Enough! It has to stop. Understand?
I must take care of the business, Kelly. Who do you think will inherit it after I'm gone?
Well, Devon, obviously. I wanted you to fight for me. He never listened to me. He always listened to you.
You know what it's like to leave all this behind, don't you?
That's the most difficult thing I've ever done.
I didn't choose this, Casper.
I've had an entire season of you whispering in people's ears. I'm asking you to leave the meeting.
You can't be serious.
This is not your team. And after today, it might not even exist.
Coming, Devon?
Yeah, I'm thinking I might actually stay.
You all know what's at stake. If we race as individuals today, the team dies.
I'm sorry if I was ever.
I will forgive you on one condition.
What's that?
You get your share of the points. Aiden's out! I heard.
Sure about this?
I'm sure about everything.
Is this a team order?
It's just not going to make up that much ground. It can't be done. Just cruise it in, Cal. Trust me, you watch her go.
And to the checker flag for one final time. That is some race from Callie Mayer.
What an incredible performance by her today. Connor Sport sure will be very delighted with that one.
Just wow. I did not remember that. I remember playing I think it was the first time they had breaking points. It was just the beginning. The narrative surely has evolved a lot now. had no idea of anything that had happened, and perhaps it tells you why this game has fallen off a cliff now. So what is going on now? What is the story? Who am I even?
Well, here we are then, the final day of pre-season testing here in Bahrain.
It's been good, hasn't it, so far, Crofty? We've seen all the teams out there, putting in the miles, putting in the laps, and we come away from it still not knowing who's going to be the team to beat. It looks super competitive as always.
Now, you're not wrong, Ant. Red Bull and Ferrari have looked impressive, as expected, but it's Connor Sport that have really been the talk of the paddock so far this week.
Alright, I guess here I am.
Okay, Aiden, we've got some great data
So I'm
over the past
Aiden.
couple of days. We're all
I'm
really
not
happy.
the genius
Let's make this a
woman
big,
driver.
strong finish, yeah?
Yeah, copy.
Right, we've gone with a brand new setup on the car here, so just use this lap to get accustomed to the changes, and once you feel like you're happy enough with everything, you can come back to the pits at any time to end the session.
Okay, sounds good.
Great, I'll leave it up to you.
I don't even remember the layout of this track that well. Ooh, big deep here.
Oh, isn't it good to be back, Aiden? I've missed this.
Yeah, you know me. Just getting back into the swing of things.
Wrong gear.
Right, we'd like you to push it on this next lap, please, mate.
Can do.
Okay, mate, let's have some feedback on the car, please. How's it feel?
Yep, sure thing. Car's feeling great.
Ooh, Albon. Sorry, buddy.
Right, that's excellent stuff, mate. We're seeing really positive data from that run, so just when you're done, bring it back into the pits.
Copy.
Okay, Aidan, everything's looking good so far. Car's looking great. And so do you.
Yeah, this car is a rocket ship. You guys have made a beast right here.
I've already told Casper, let the car run a little wider out of turn 4. You can really extend the track there.
I don't know. We're already pretty close to track limits at that point.
Well, you're leaving time on the table, so just let it run a little wide. It's all
Yeah,
good.
I think it was pretty wide on
wheel
turn
there.
4.
You might be
It was
pushing
like
your luck with the stewards. So
out of
I'm
the
gonna
track.
side with Callie on this one.
Ask Casper, he'll agree with me.
Yeah, they're here now. Just give me a second. Devon, just the man. So we look through the data, and if we adjust the ERS harvesting rate, we should see some improvement on those turns.
Told you.
Right, okay, settle down. Got someone who wants to speak to you all. Right, they're listening now. Davidoff.
Good. Well, so, as your new team owner, I thought it only right that I check up on my investments. And I'm glad I did. Casper's just filled me in on the lap times. I just wanted to say, well done. I'm impressed. But Red Bull's numbers are better, so there's still room for improvement.
Well, now we know what we're up against. I'm sure me and
Callie,
Aidan could...
don't have time to chat. All I wanted to say is that I'm expecting great things from our drivers this season. We all are. Just don't let yourselves down.
And no worries, Dad, we're all over it.
Good man. I'll fly out to Bahrain as soon as I can. Ciao.
Well, he's right, you know. With times like these, we could be real contenders this season.
She's gonna be world champion for sure. Ah no, it's first Grand Prix is Imola. I don't know this track.
We had an incredible start to the 24 season. Better than any of us could have imagined.
And do you think any of that was down to Davidoff Butler buying the team?
Undoubtedly. I mean, Davidoff had a way of pushing people's buttons to motivate them, as he would call it.
No,
Besides,
it's not.
both his kids
It's all
were
about the
colour
chick
sports,
driving.
so if
She's
there
so
were any
fast.
Disagreements, which they were, he could be very
persuasive. He would always get what he wanted. Why do you think I sold the team to him at the end of 2023?
You're the boss. Really? Difficult decisions. Well, we'll see about that. Department events. How you choose to respond to these events will have an effect on many things, such as your performance, reputation, and may even affect bonus objectives for upcoming races. I have no idea what that means. Legacy media. Davidoff has arranged for a luxury watch brand, Eichenberger, to run an advertising campaign featuring Devon, Callie, and himself to promote their new product line. Eichenberger have been in contact asking when it might be possible to arrange the filming. Currently, it would have to replace a pre-scheduled meeting about simulator data. Oh, we're gonna prioritize this. Let's prioritize it. Of course. Who cares about simulator when you have such an amazing driver? Okay. There's too much stuff in this game. That's the problem. There's too much stuff. Not enough driving. Too much blah blah. Too much nonsense. Things that have nothing to do with actually racing a Formula One. And perhaps that is part of the problem here. Reputation. Okay. Alright, what is this? News. We don't care. Social. The phone keeps on ringing.
Davidoff.
Casper, how's everything shaping up?
Pretty good. We're just about to go over the data from FP3. I want to encourage Kelly to adjust the brake balance. She's still locking up coming out of turn 7. And as for Aiden,
Yeah, good. Thank you, Casper. Thanks. Yep. Casper, listen, we need another strong showing at Imola.
Of course.
Getting a great result in Ferrari homeland would show that we're serious about making the top 3.
And we are, as you know. We delivered a good car this year, so don't we...
But there's always a better car around the corner. Also, I understand my old friend Ernst has been in touch about a shoot with some watches.
Yeah, Eigenberger. Yes, I've given it the go.
The most important thing.
It's important.
Who cares
I'll
about
tell
cars?
you tell
It's all about
California. Anyhow, I've got another
watches.
call to make. Must be off. Ciao.
Alright, nonsense. Email. Nonsense. Nonsense. We don't care about any of this. Alright. Call history? What is that? Go to race. Let's go to race. Select a driver. Of course, I'm gonna be the chick, Callie Mayer. The better driver of the two. Are you sure? Heck yeah. Wouldn't want to be driver number 2 in this game.
What a terrific battle this is. Down the main straight at Imola. Connor Sport against Red Bull. Verstappen against Mayer. And there's contact. Into the gravel goes Mayer. Verstappen races on.
It was always going to be
You
close.
should get a
going inside
penalty.
corner.
You should get
Tough to
black
go around
flag
the
for that.
outside. Verstappen was so hard though, so aggressive, as we often see.
Not very gentlemanlike. Primary objective, finish third
okay,
or
Kelly?
above.
Where was I supposed to go there?
I know.
We're gonna
Talk about
send
it
them
later.
off
Right
the
now,
track
see
for
your
that.
head down, 'cause it looks like you've escaped unscathed.
Copy, I'm on it.
Son of a...
Accidents are sometimes hard to avoid on track, we know that, but you can use rewind to fix any mistakes. If only you could do that in life. Okay,
What?
so you can use the controls to either pause, fast forward, or
What is
rewind.
this?
And once
Is
you've
this
found
Formula
exactly where you
One
wanna
or
go
is
again
this
from,
a
just
sci-fi
follow
movie?
the on-screen prompt to head back into the action.
Of course it was Sergeant.
The gap between you and the car behind is increasing by a significant amount each lap. Good job.
Oh no. That's when I needed to reset now. They don't go that fast though.
Okay, nice work. Really good job with that target, mate.
That's what he gets for pushing me off the track earlier. These guys are super slow. Every time on this one, go wide like crazy.
Brilliant, nice move. Keep going.
A little bit of corner cutting here at the chicane. Every single time. Every single time I jump this one. Oh, Ricardo.
Okay, mate, final lap. Keep your concentration and let's bring it home.
And why do they call her mate? No. Final lap, this is what she does. Hopefully these guys behind are not that fast and the car is very, very strong. Yes, congratulations.
Oh, you worked hard for that one. Congratulations. Well done.
Yes!
Gotta say, it's been another good day for Connor Sport today. A string of positive performances recently has seen them establish themselves well and truly ahead of the midfield.
Yeah, they're in the top three now, Crofty. A great season so far, and I've been really impressed with both Mayer and Jackson.
I don't think you're the only one there, Ants. We'll be watching their season with
The
interest.
car is a little bit dirty here. She hit the wall a couple of times, but she still gets the victory.
And what a treat it is to see Connor Sport taking the top spot. That's a well-earned victory.
That'll teach the boys. The graphics of these cutscenes are pretty awful.
Callie, quite a fierce battle with Max out there today. How did you find going up against him in a situation like that?
What to say? He's the best. It's always going to be a challenge with being able to bring the fight to him. It's not about him. There you go.
Oh, it's not about Max. I don't care who I'm up against out there. I've got to back myself regardless of who's next to me on the track. And yeah, Max is the world champion, but I know I can take on anyone on the grid. I had a little setback out there, so it's a great feeling to come back from that and get a great result.
You're now third in the Constructors. That's the best performance we've ever seen from Connor Sport. So what do you put it down to?
The drivers, I cannot say the drivers. I can say the drivers, or Casper, or the team. I'm gonna be the driver. I'm gonna make her the most annoying person ever. Oh, I can't. You gotta be level 3 to say the drivers. So it's either Casper or the team. We'll go with Casper.
Yeah, well,
Casper.
I mean, a lot of it is Casper. He used to be a driver, so he's been through all of this before and he knows what we're up against out there. And he really keeps us focused on what counts and makes the right calls when it matters. Obviously, the drivers still need to do their job, but a team can easily become a shambles without the right person in charge. And thankfully, Casper has always been so brilliant.
So do you feel like you're sending a message to the rest of the grid with these kinds of results?
I can't give the answers that I want. I'm just here to race. I'm not interested in sending messages. I'm definitely here about sending messages.
That's exactly what we're doing. Connor Sports still have this reputation as a new team or a small team, but we're so much more than that. We're here to compete with the best in the world. On our day, we can beat anybody on the grid, and so far this season, we're proving that.
Even the walls can't stop us.
Well, thank you for chatting with us. Great to have your time.
All right, what is the next race now?
Beautiful, beautiful. Yes, yes, yes.
Devon.
Hey, Dad. Just congratulating the guys on a job well done.
There's
The
no time
guys.
for that. We all did
And
well.
it's a chick.
How are, preparations coming on for Monaco.
Yeah, I'm sure everything's in hand.
Listen, Devon. We don't have time to rest on our laurels. I want the race data analysed and the full diagnostic reports on Casper's desk before we begin packing down. Listen, you've dropped the ball on this one. You cannot take your foot off the gas, not when Connosport is this close to success. I expect you to take charge. Show the team what a leader is.
Yeah, well, it's a bit difficult, that, Dad. I'm team liaison. Basically, I pass notes between departments. Not exactly leadership material, is it?
Devon, you have got to focus on the bigger picture. Casper.
Davidoff. Devon, can you give us a minute? Just need to talk to you.
Why is he being such a
Yeah,
hard ass
thing,
on
boss.
the
I'll
kid?
just go and liaise,
They just
yeah?
won the Grand Prix. Like, what else do you need?
Why so full
Team
on?
owner.
Just trying to motivate him is all. He needs to stay focused.
Yeah, I'm talking about the team. They've just had a fantastic result, and you'll just give them some space to simmer down, to celebrate.
Of course. You're right. But we cannot lose momentum now, Casper. Everything
He
must
knows. He
be in
knows
its
what's up.
place.
Team manager.
What are you planning?
What do you mean?
I've seen that face before. I mean, whatever it is, just keep me
This
informed.
guy is
of
gonna
it
get
when any
fired.
nasty
I can tell you
surprises.
what's gonna
I'm just
happen.
looking out for my family, that's all.
He's gonna be replaced by the son.
Okay.
Nepotism in Formula One. That's what it is. All right, what is this? Cali shines in Imola thriller. All because of Max Verstappen. Once again, this guy.
Hi.
Callie, sorry to miss the debrief. What a race.
Yeah, thanks.
Listen, let me take you out for dinner to congratulate you.
Nah, that's not gonna happen.
One of you and Aiden's little soirees. No, thank you.
Don't be like that, California. You're always welcome. I always invite you and you always say no.
You invited me once in Monaco when I found out you were going without me.
That was just a misunderstanding.
In fact, I think it was Aiden who invited me.
I'm not getting into this. Look, are you coming or not?
Dad, I'm sure you mean well, but the last time we tolerated each other long enough to eat a meal, you spent the whole evening telling me to sit up straight. I could do without the stress. I just want to relax. I just
So
want
it's
to
her
enjoy my
dad.
evening without
It's her
feeling you're
dad.
judging me all
She's the
night.
daughter too. It's like everybody.
I'm sure you'll have a perfectly good
It's
time
like
around.
Aston Martin. She's like Lance Stroll or something. The phone keeps on ringing. This is annoying. Who's that? Who's Evelyn?
Mom.
She
That's
answers.
the mom
I
now.
finally got through. Congratulations, Cal. What a race that was.
Yeah, thanks. You'll never guess. Dad invited me to dinner to congratulate me.
Well, I'm sure that'll be fun.
Yeah, I politely declined.
Oh, and I'm sure that didn't annoy him at all.
Everything I do annoys him.
Oh, just ignore him, Cal. He's an old man trying to clear his guilty conscience.
Hard to ignore him. I work for him now.
Oh, that's true, but you just do you. You don't owe him anything.
Thanks, Mom.
You owe
I should
him
go.
everything. He owns the team. That's the reason why you're a driver.
Bye.
So let me summarize what's happening here. He buys the team. He puts the daughter as the driver. Then he invites her for dinner and she says no. What an ungrateful. Let's go to the next chapter. Austrian Grand Prix. That's better. I know this track. Oh, and it's Verstappen's home now. 11 laps remaining. Alright, let's go.
Excellent start, Aiden. Now's our time to push.
Why am I Aiden? I want to be the girl. I want to be Cal, the daughter of the owner of the team. Not the loser brother. Or whatever he is. Ah, mais comment ça va, mec? Tu viens d'arriver là? Laisse tomber ce mode histoire, mec, c'est n'importe quoi. Ouf. Laisse tomber, mec, c'est la nana, c'est la plus forte, le mec il est trop nul. Tous les mecs qu'elle rencontre, c'est que des misogynistes. C'est ça, franchement ils se sont pas foulés, hein. Non, c'est genre le même jeu qu'en 2020 et rien n'a changé.
And his teammate Mayo is making up ground out there as we speak.
An impressive overtake on the cards. Is it? Is it? Yes, it is. Mayo
Ah voilà, mec, la nana qui prend Verstappen par l'extérieur, mec.
Copy that. Aiden is in first.
Can I catch him?
Mais
Let's
bien
go
sûr.
find out, mate. Come on.
Bien sûr qu'elle peut le rattraper.
You're 5 places behind Aiden. 5 places behind. Okay,
Laisse tomber.
14 seconds separate you now. Nice work, mate.
Et bien
That
sûr,
brings
mec.
you up a place.
Elle
12
éclate
seconds
Verstappen
separated.
dans la course d'avant.
Seconds separate you now. Great work. That's a new fastest lap of the race.
C'est la plus forte.
Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 1.7 seconds. Okay, Aiden's a couple of places up on you. The gap's 5 seconds now. That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. Well done. The gap's 3 seconds.
C'est ça. N'importe quoi. Mais c'est fou, que des clichés, tu sais. Que des clichés.
Aiden is directly ahead of you now.
Le gameplay, c'est arcade de ouf. Franchement, c'est pas, ça n'a rien à voir avec Gran Turismo, quoi. Tout à l'heure, je m'éclate dans un mur à fond et ça fait rien, tu sais. Même pas de dommages sur la voiture. C'est Ocon.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 5.0 seconds.
Après, là, il y a les je pense que c'est en mode facile, tu sais. Je pense qu'il y a le contrôle de la traction, l'ABS, tous les trucs. Mais ouais, rien à voir avec Gran Turismo, je pense quand même. Au niveau du réalisme, en tout cas. Avec Gasly, on va l'envoyer dans les barrières.
Final lap, push, push.
C'est le dernier tour là. Ah, la victoire!
In a league of their own today, and what a day for Connor Sport.
It really is, Crofty. There'll be people out there wondering when was this team going to slip up, but so far they haven't. It's been a great performance from both of their drivers.
And that performance puts them in second place in the Constructors' Championship within striking distance of Red Bull. Can they top the table? Well, with performances like that, I'd say they could. After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst that Connor Sport team.
C'est ça, j'ai choisi la meuf, bien entendu. Another victory for Cal. It's always the same animations. There's no different animation. Every time you win a race, it's exactly the same thing that happens.
Callie, congratulations on first place today. How do you feel? Thanks, I feel good. I'm feeling more and more confident
C'est ça.
each race and I felt in control.
Et quand je réponds aux questions des journalistes, je réponds de la manière la plus comment dire, de la pire manière possible, quoi.
To secure victory today. So come on, what was it like taking on Aiden out there? Yeah, I mean, it's all fun and games and training, but I'm actually really competitive with Aiden on the track, more so than anyone else on the grid, so it definitely keeps things interesting out there. I know
La manière la plus présomptueuse possible. Oh. C'est la meilleure, ils sont tous nuls les autres.
Second in the table for the first time ever, but can you sustain this level throughout the rest of the season?
Well, I would want to say, of course, I'm going to do that throughout the season. I'm going to win the championship here.
We're not just going to sustain this level. The goal is to improve it. We've worked too hard to get here just to let it slip now. We're not going to reach second place and be content.
With a driver like Callie Mayer, of course you're going to win.
Aim for the top. And honestly, I think days like today show that we've got what it takes to get there.
That's great, thank you.
Ah, laisse tomber, mec.
Thank you for staying behind. Sport's flying this season, flying. We're one place behind Red Bull. But it's a long
C'est pas une écurie, c'est l'écurie
I won't be around,
du game.
for a race or two.
C'est le narratif.
I have a bit of
Une écurie
business
qui
I
n'existe
can't
pas.
avoid. So I thought we'd get together and make sure that you understand what I expect from you in my absence.
Well, you said it yourself. We're flying, right? So we just keep doing what we're doing.
No. Look, if we're to catch Red Bull, take Connor Sport to the next level, each of you is going to have to step it up. Devon, you need to take charge more. You're a butler, a man of action. You need to start acting like one.
What's Casper said about that?
Callie,
This guy is absolutely
my absence,
delusional.
follow
Winning is
Devon's
not
lead.
enough for
No
him.
arguments.
Finally.
I don't even
Casper,
understand the
the
narrative
shots,
here. Are all
as
these
usual.
people his children?
But Devon speaks for me. Is that clear?
Sure. No problem.
So, when we reach,
C'est encore un mec
will be the
qui la sous-estime.
the hunted, and every team will be gunning for you. So, Aiden, if there are any disagreements anywhere in the team, don't be afraid to step in. Casper is going to be coming under increasing stress.
Il dit si jamais il y a un problème dans la team là, tu sais, il dit c'est le mec, c'est lui qui doit prendre les décisions. C'est pas la nana.
And to keep half an eye on these two. Now, does everyone understand what I want them to do? Have I made myself clear?
Crystal. Of course.
Sure.
Good. I think we're done here. Remember what I said? You can close the door on your way out.
Mais c'est tellement, tu sais, c'est tellement ridicule, c'est tellement forcé. Ils t'en remettent une couche à chaque cinématique, mec. C'est le même narratif encore à chaque fois. Un mec qui la sous-estime, qui dit ah, c'est le gars qui prend les décisions, c'est pas elle.
Mum, congratulations, Cal! I was screaming at my TV.
All nice things, I hope.
You are the best driver on the grid right now. There, I've said it.
Thanks, Mum. How's everything?
Oh, well, funny you should ask. I've just had a call from your father.
You answered?
I suppose I was curious.
What did he want?
Well, he called to talk about you. Isn't she doing well? That kind of thing.
Okay.
And then he wished me well. And he said he had to take another call. And he went.
Weird.
Has he mentioned me at all?
I mean, we don't really talk.
No. Of course you don't. Sorry. Suppose not. Anyway,
What is
darling,
this
well done
narrative?
again. I'll let you go,
She
sweetie.
doesn't talk to the dad, but he hired her as a driver. It must be because she's the best driver in the world. He didn't want to hire her, but he had to because she's the best. Is that what's going on here? What is this nonsense?
Hey, Casper.
Hey, great job today. Top class driving.
Thanks. The car felt great. Nice work.
Cheers, yeah. Listen, just something to put in front of you. We're going to be doing a marketing campaign soon for a watch brand. Just gonna be filming a day with you, Devon, Davidoff,
Absolutely no chance.
Cal.
Come on, Casper. It'll be weird.
She doesn't have a choice. She's a driver for the team. She has to do the ad.
Honestly,
Terrible idea.
It's not
c'est n'importe quoi. Il lui dit que au début ils m'ont demandé est-ce que je vais faire une pub pour une marque de montre. J'ai dit ouais, on va faire la pub pour la marque de montre. Et là la nana maintenant elle dit non, elle veut pas le faire. Et des narratifs qui ont aucun sens, qui ont aucun rapport avec l'histoire. C'est des débilités.
Do a dance or something.
Oh, no one wants that. I've seen you dance. Bye.
Bye.
N'importe quoi. C'est les gens qui ont écrit ce narratif, c'était les pires scénaristes au monde, quoi. Ah, it's spa now. Perfect.
Could you take a look at this, please?
All right, so are we gonna promote her or not? Let's delay then. Let's see what happens when we delay. The charity who we have worked closely with in the past asked if Aiden and Kali would be a patron for their latest campaign. Both have assumed to provide. Who should choose? Let's do Kali. Let's force her to do that. Et là, mec, ils viennent de me demander, il y a une nana qui est genre un ingénieur, qui est très forte, est-ce que je lui donne une promotion ou pas? Et j'ai dit, on attend avant de lui donner une promotion, on va voir qu'est-ce qui se passe. The phone keeps on ringing. What is this?
Davidoff.
Casper, we will push for the title, won't we?
I mean, we already.
Of course we're gonna push for the title. Of course we're gonna win the title with a driver like Cal.
Beating them.
And can you guarantee that for me? Can you guarantee that we'll beat Red Bull?
I can guarantee that we will try. That we will do everything we can, every effort. You know this.
We can do it, Casper. I know we can.
David Duff, is there something I can help you with? Are you okay?
No, I have other business to attend to. Ciao.
What is this? Let's go to race.
Hey, we need your input on this one.
Pressure from the top. In a slightly out of character move, Davidoff has been talking with some selective member of the press ahead of this race. He was quite bullish about the car's performance here in Spa. He went into great detail about how we would set the fastest lap and would be the dominant in the later stage of the race. It looked like it might be a new motivational tactic. Disagreeing with his statement, our right will appear weak, but should probably focus on one aspect and I hope the press forget the rest. We should limit expectation a bit. Let's focus on our car's top end. That we have to pace to set the fastest lap. We'll set the fastest lap. We'll do a strong finish. Strong finish. We'll finish strong. C'est fou, hein. Franchement, c'est dingue. Mais le truc, c'est ridicule, tu vois. C'est même pas... y a rien d'autre que ridicule, en fait.
There's an issue with the gearbox. Okay, stand by. I'm assessing it now. Okay, Callie, you are going to have to manage that problem for now, please. Copy?
Okay.
We're looking into it.
Il y a un problème avec sa boîte de vitesse. C'est les mécaniciens encore. Ils ont dû saboter son travail.
Okay, gap to the car ahead, 13.6 seconds. Good job, that was the fastest lap of the race so far.
Il me manque une vitesse, je sais pas la 7e vitesse. Il manque la 7e. Ça passe direct de la 6e vitesse à la 8. Il y a un problème avec la boîte de vitesse. C'est encore les mecs qui ont dû saboter sa course. Ah là là.
Right, well done, Callie. Well managed. The issue should now be resolved. Can you please confirm? Please confirm.
Yeah, all good.
C'est le narratif. Ah, Verstappen va la sortir. Non. Ah non, elle passe pépère.
She found the space and Maya got the overtake done. Looks like those gearbox issues are truly behind her now, and surely she'll have her sights set on that podium.
And what a fantastic move it was. She's been super impressive out there today.
Okay, mate, you're making good ground here. Let's push.
Copy.
Our gap to first place, 9.7 seconds.
c'est ça. Hein.
Okay, gap to leader, 7.4 seconds. Distance to the leader, 4.9 seconds.
Ah, Alonso.
Okay, so gap to the leader, 4.9 seconds. Okay, good work, great pass. Our gap to first place,
Ah, on va le bouffer
2.2
Verstappen là,
seconds.
il est dehors.
Great work, that's a new fastest lap of the race. Yes, mate, we hit the target. Nice work.
Ah, il a pas fait long feu. Pas résisté.
That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. Well done. Okay, final lap. Let's go. Final lap.
Encore une victoire pour elle. All she does is win.
Some race from Cali Mayer today, and those points will see Connor Sport take the top spot in the constructors' standings. And for the first time in the team's short history. Question is, how will Red Bull now respond?
Well, I'm sure they won't take this lying down, but for now, it's Connor Sport who are the best team of this 2024 season.
Well, Connor Sport are on top form once
Toujours les
again
mêmes,
after
toujours
an
les mêmes
excellent
animations.
race
Hein.
weekend.
Toujours après chaque
It's
course,
great
là,
to
c'est la
see
même
them
animation.
up on
Elle
that
marche,
podium
le
once
même
again.
podium, avec les mêmes gestes de tous les mêmes pilotes. Après, ils vont prendre des bouteilles de champagne, ils vont trinquer. Je pense que c'est juste quelques courses. Non, il se foule pas, t'inquiète. Hein. Le mode histoire, ça doit être 3-4 courses. Après, c'est fini. Mais bien sûr, mec. Non, c'est pour ça qu'ils sont à la ramasse. Ils font pas d'efforts.
Hey, nice one.
Hey. Thank you. Casper said you were hiding out in here. Where you been? We're on top of the standings.
Shut the door, Cal.
Everything all right?
Yeah, I think you better take a seat.
What is it?
Just sit down. Why don't you ever listen?
All right. What's wrong, Dev?
It's Dad.
What about him? Where is he?
He's dead. He's dead, Cal.
What?
Come here.
Is she? It does nothing to her. She's like, oh, yeah, he's dead. Who cares?
You're gonna be okay, Dev. You're gonna be okay.
She's there to be the strong one.
A lot of drivers are posting some of their best times, but you know, so are we.
Yeah, they can push all they want. They're not catching us.
one more question about your dad, if that's okay.
Oh no, we've already issued a public statement.
Well, the press release didn't say how you felt personally, so I was just wondering if you'd care to elaborate on that, as the family?
We loved him dearly, and we miss him very much.
Yeah, he was a good dad. He was a good man. He loved this team, loved this sport, you know, and most importantly, he loved his family. He was very generous, very supportive. He was a good dad. Right, Kelly?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, thanks.
Thank you. It's not hard, Cal. You just show a little bit of emotion like a normal person. He was a good man who loved his family. Simple.
Did he?
Come on, not this again. Look, what more did you want from him? I mean, I know you two had a rough patch, but you owe him just as much as I do.
Le daron est mort. Alors le daron propriétaire de l'équipe est mort. Ça, c'est tous les gosses. Elle, c'est la fille du propriétaire de l'équipe. Lui aussi, c'est le fils du propriétaire de l'équipe. Et le daron leur a donné l'équipe de Formule 1. Et ils font toujours la tête. Ils sont pas contents. Elle n'est pas contente.
Hey, boss. Got another one for you.
So what does it say here? After this weekend, we have a bit of a breather between now and next GP. Let's see if we can shuffle some schedules around and try to give the team a bit of time off. Let them recharge. Let's socialize. Devon won his personal health guru. Of course, let's allow the personal guru to come in. What could go wrong? Ah, c'est n'importe quoi ce narratif. Another phone call. Is it gonna be the mother? No, it's... Who's this guy? Andreo.
Hey, Andreo.
Hey, how's everything? How's Callie?
Well, she insists we stick to the schedule, so business as usual, I guess. You know, I don't know what else to do.
Do you think she's okay?
No idea. She's difficult to read. Always has been.
Would Devon talk to her?
Haven't asked. You know, they have a strange relationship, those two.
Some things never change, eh? Listen, I'm around. You call me if you need me, yes?
Thanks, Andrea.
Alright. Linda Clifton. One more. Another call. The phone doesn't stop ringing. What the hell?
Hey, Cal.
Hey, so you wanted to chat? What's up?
Yeah, I, just wanted to check that everything's okay with you.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm all good. Ready to go.
Good. So, look, I'm gonna ask you straight. Are you okay to drive today?
Of course. Why wouldn't I be?
Listen, you know what I'm saying.
I'm saying I'm fine. I need to prepare, so I'll get going if that's everything.
See you soon.
See you soon.
Tout le monde la sous-estime encore parce que c'est une femme, il pense qu'elle peut pas piloter, qu'elle va être trop émotionnelle. Alright, here we go, Dutch Grand Prix. I didn't know this this turn was out there. Forgot about that one. Ah, putain. On va recommencer. C'est toujours la même histoire qui se répète. C'est chaque Grand Prix, c'est la même chose. Les mecs la sous-estiment et après elle gagne.
Gap to your teammate behind, 27.0 seconds.
Ah là là, Hülkenberg. Ah, c'est pas possible.
Nice move, good job. Okay, gap to the car in front, 7.2 seconds. Increasing the gap to the car behind by a few seconds per lap. Keep it up.
What a race this has been from Callie Mayer, threatening so many times, but she's under pressure here, and she's lost it!
Oh là là, mais qu'est-ce qu'elle fait?
Lost it at the third turn, her race is over, and I'd imagine that's a red flag.
It just looks like she ran a bit wider. Here's the replay. Had a snap of oversteer, wasn't quite able to catch it, and yeah, this is going to be a red flag. There it is.
Oh dear, what a great day it could have been, and the Connosport team watches on from the pit wall. It was all looking so promising.
Is Callie all right? Is she okay? She's absolutely fine, yeah, don't worry. Right, it's all on you now. Let's keep the focus up. We've got a chance to improve our position at this restart. Okay, copy that. Let's try this again.
Turns out she was
Fresh
actually
start,
not fine
head
to
down.
race.
Copy. Okay, clutch out. Go, go, go. Okay, clear. Great manoeuvre. You made it look so easy. Job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far. Great work. That's a new fastest lap of the race.
Here we go,
You
checkered
worked
flag.
hard for that one. Congratulations, well done. Yes, go! Let's go! Yes! That's it, lads.
Have to say, this has been a
Beauties.
memorable race here at Zandvoort today, and an important race too, as Red Bull reclaim the top spot in the Constructors' Championship, and Connor Sport drop into second.
Yeah, I mean, Jackson tried his best to salvage some points today, but Connor Sport will be devastated to give away the top spot like that. It's truly been a difficult few weeks for the team.
As you know all too well, Anthony, it can be a punishing sport sometimes, but I'm sure Connor Sport will regroup. And I can see the drivers starting to approach the podium for the victory celebrations. A real team victory today. Everybody played their part. So congratulations then to Connor Sport, your race winners today.
For once, Cali doesn't win the race.
Aidan, Callie's incident really shook things up out there. How did it affect the race for you today?
Yeah, it really did shake things up, but look, Callie's an incredible driver. She always drives right to the limit, and, you know, her instincts out there today, they are the same instincts that have given us the season so far. So it's been tough for her recently, but the team has her back, I have her back, and we'll all keep pushing together.
Well, Connor Sport dropped back to second place today. How will the team deal with that?
Nothing needs to change.
Our approach so far this season has got us to the top of these standings, so I'd say something's working right for us. Sure, we dropped back today, but, you know, we're not about to panic and make any drastic changes in our approach. We've got the right drivers, the right team, the right car. All we need to do is trust in our process, and the results will follow.
Well, it's clearly been a very tough few weeks for you all with the loss of Davidoff Butler. How are you coping?
How are you coping? It hasn't been easy. It spurred us on to succeed for Davidoff. No real impact. We're all professionals. We have jobs to do. No, it hasn't been easy for him.
Yeah, it's been really tough. Davidoff, he meant a lot to everyone at Connor Sport. We all respected him, and his loss has definitely had an impact on the team. It's really difficult to maintain the level of performance you need when you're also dealing with a loss like that. It hasn't been easy, but we're doing our best, and we're going to keep going.
Thank you so much for your time.
Aiden, thanks for your input in the review.
Yeah, no worries. It was productive. You know, especially considering everything. It's a weird vibe in the garage. Everyone's pretty quiet.
Yeah, can you blame them?
Suppose not. How's Callie?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you the same. She's, well, keeping herself to herself.
Yeah. It must be terrible for her. And Devon. I can't even imagine. I know I'm not part of the family and, you know, I'm just here to drive.
So he's not part of the family. He's the only one who's actually not a kid of the
what I can
owner.
do to support them. And you.
Thanks, Aiden. Yeah, I'll bear that in mind.
I mean it. Focus on Devon and Callie for now. I don't need much managing. You can fuss over me later.
Okay. I appreciate that. Now, sometimes I forget that, you know.
Forget what?
Well, you wouldn't have said that as a rookie. So, yeah, I've got some other stuff to deal with, but thanks.
Sometimes I forget that you're the only driver who actually deserves to be there on merit. Go to the next chapter.
Well, Davidoff dying hit everyone hard. I mean, we were there, right at the top. But no matter how everyone tried to keep it together, it was just impossible to keep pace with Red Bull.
We found out afterwards that Davidoff had been ill for some time. He kept it from everyone. He tried to get as much in place as he could before he left. It was tough. But Devon and Callie, they had a lot to sort out.
Which is why, in the event of my death, I leave Butler Global and all of its assets to my son, Devon. I know you'll be watching this, Devon. And I hope that now you'll understand everything that I've prepped you for over the years, especially now that you're not driving anymore. Be a leader, Devon. The business is yours. I know you've got it in you.
That's it?
Those are his wishes. You are to be the sole owner of Butler Global and all its holdings and subsidiaries.
Including Connorsport?
Including Connorsport, Mr. Butler.
Right. Nothing for Callie.
That's okay.
What do you mean that's okay?
Well, it's not a surprise, Dev. I didn't expect anything.
Why not? So, are you sure this is right?
Oh, sure, Mr. Butler. Those were his wishes.
You'll be great. That's what he wanted. Just don't fire me, yeah?
If I could just get you to sign here, and your full signature there, please, Mr. Butler.
Yeah, sure.
Why does he have an earpiece? What's up with that?
Hey, boss, got a couple of minutes?
Cal's behavior has been off. She's been confrontational at some moments, totally distant at others. She's actually being upset at a sim mechanic earlier by snapping at him because he was a bit too slow to adjust the seat. It's raising some eyebrows internally. What would you do to improve the situation? We're gonna ask her, of course. problem called Devon. Unfortunately, Devon told the lead they need to stay late rather than to go for the drinks you had organized. Said something to the effect, no rest for the wicked or anyone else who isn't leading the F1 Constructors Championship. Morale is still on the floor. Well, he's the boss. What do you want to do? He owns the team now.
Hey, Kelly, thanks for the call.
What's up? I saw your text.
Yeah, look, you've had a lot on recently. And I was wondering, it's just an idea, if you'd like some kind of support. When I've struggled before, it really helped to talk to someone, like a professional.
Oh, no. I am good, thank you. I will figure it out. Please don't make a fuss.
Okay. Are you sure? We're here to support you, and I just want to make sure you're not on your own.
I'm sure. Thank you, though. Anyway, I gotta go. I need to go and do the open top bus track tour thing. See you later.
Okay. Bye.
She doesn't need a professional.
Devon, you're making my life very difficult.
Nice to talk to you too, mate.
Well, you went directly against my instructions for a social event for the team.
What? I genuinely have no idea what you're talking about right now, okay? I have got so much going on right now, it's unbelievable.
Devon, I can't do the things I need to do.
Dude, move on, okay? Team morale is the least of my worries at the moment. By the way, Harmonia.
The pharma company. I've seen them on the news, some legal troubles, right? What about them?
I think we should look into a deal with them, generate some income.
I'm not so sure about that. Don't you think we need to stay clear of someone who's in...
Caspar, there is so much going on above your head right now, you have no idea, okay? This is a good opportunity. Oh, look, I've got an interview with Investor Weekly magazine. I have to go. Yeah, ciao.
He's been the owner of the team for like 5 minutes, and now he's already like his dad. What's going on here? Go to race. I don't even know the layout of this track.
So, not the best start, Callie, but we have still got time, so let's push, please.
Okay.
Alright, I need to see the layout of this track. There's no way. I don't even know where the turns are.
So, not the best start, Callie, but we have still got time, so let's push, please.
Okay.
safety car, safety car. No overtaking, reduce your pace. Keep your delta number positive as we form up. Okay, slow down, slow down. Your delta's negative, which means you're going too fast. Reduce your pace. I've got some information on Hamilton for you. Right, they've got a serious car issue. It looks like they're retiring.
Copy.
Right, drop your speed. Our delta's too low and we're going to risk a penalty. Slow your pace immediately. Safety car in this lap. Safety car in this lap. Let's make sure those tyres are up to temperature, and remember, there's no overtaking until the timing line. Stay in position until the green flags. Green flag. Nice work, mate. That brings you up a place. Okay, gap ahead, 1.7 seconds. Okay, this is your final lap of the race. Oh, you worked hard for that one. Congratulations. Well done.
She wins it. Finally.
Yes!
Well, talk about taking advantage. Maya was really nowhere to be seen until the safety car. What a turnaround.
Yeah, that result keeps the team competitive at the top of the table. She recovered really well for an impressive finish at the end there.
And following a significant dip in form, I think there's a glimmer of hope for Connor Sport today, and they've kept pace with Ferrari in the battle between the top three. So after a magnificent race, we can now see the drivers making their way to the podium. And what a treat it is to see Connor Sport taking the top spot. That's a well-earned victory.
The trophy is a little different. That's the only thing that changes. Everything else, even the mechanics, they're all the same. Camera angle. Still the same animation.
Hey, have you seen Callie anywhere?
Yeah, she's around there.
Hey. There you are. What are you doing back here? You know everyone's looking for you.
That's precisely why I'm back here.
You okay?
It's not meant to be like this. I haven't even cried. Just feel sick.
What do you mean?
Well, when someone dies, you're supposed to let it all out, right? Cry and gnash your teeth and wail. And I just can't. He was never there for me, Aiden. So nothing's changed.
She's too strong. She's too strong to cry.
It's all right, Carl.
I see Devon upset and I resent him for it. It's different for Devon, it always was. And I've tried blanking it out. Suck it up and drive, you know. But all I can think is I'm doing exactly what the great Davidoff Butler would have wanted me to do. And I hate him for it. Then I remember he's gone, and the whole cycle starts again.
You need to talk to someone about this, Callie.
What do you think I am doing?
All right, well, we've done a few races here. I think we're gonna call it a day. Um, really, in this 2025 edition of the game, there's really nothing that changes. It seems exactly like the same game. The gameplay is the same. The only thing that's different is now the next chapter of this narrative that really doesn't hold up. And, altogether, it's like, why even release a new game? I mean, I understand why they're trying to sell a game every year, but there doesn't seem to be any improvement. And it's like the FIFA series, which now is called EAFC. Year after year, they release a game. It's exactly the same game as the previous year. The only thing that's updated is going to be, the jersey in the case of EAFC, or the logos on the car for Formula One. But it's essentially the same game. The changes are so small, so incremental, that really it doesn't feel like it justifies to have a new game being released. And it really feels like, EA Sport is just milking the consumer at this point with, nothing new really being released. And you are forced to buy the game every year after year, if you want to keep playing online, because otherwise they just drop the game of the previous year. And altogether, you can sort of see why all these EA games, they're falling off. People are getting less and less interested in them. And the reason for that is, well, first, they don't add anything new. And then, it feels almost disrespectful, the little amount of work that they seem to be putting in these games. It's I would say it's almost offensive. It's like, come on, the consumer deserves better than this. This is quite weak from EA Sport. But anyway, guys, that is going to be it for our little test here of F1 2025. We'll see, but perhaps we'll play this game a little more, and maybe we'll discover some new things that make this game valuable. But as for this first look, wow, this one is a doozer. But anyway, guys, that is it for today. I will see you all on the next one.
Hit me with that like, and sub to the channel. Hit me with that like, and click the effing bell. Click that bit, alright. The algo recommends, for sure you gon' like. The algo knows you well. Hit me with that like, subscribe to the channel. Hit me with that like, and click the effing bell.